Another option that we have in here in project X actually, and it's really helpful for us. We can click on it, and it is scene statistics, as we can see. By clicking on this option, we will see a kind of window actually in the name of scene statistics, and it will show us the statistics of the scene actually, and it will tell us that, for example, what kind of coordination it has with many box, how many lines, triangle, points you have in here. Each file is being shown to us separately, that it is has it get loaded, for example, correctly or not. We'll click on OK. Sometimes it happens that, for example, you actually are using some softwares like MicroStation, Advanced Steel, I don't know, fabrication and such. These examples, you will import the file into the Navisworks as an example. For example, the sample file that the software has it. Let me just create a kind of sample from it. I will go into the path of the file of the files of the project. Well, just let me create a name for it. Let me just name it Advanced Steel Model. Let me enter it, and let me copy the path, and here I will paste it. And at first, I will do it, save it. So generally this model has got saved. Yes. For now, actually, we'll go into the file, new, save. It asks us, do you want to save it or not? We'll say no. I will go on open and we'll click on it. So we'll enter this folder, DWG format. It will be selected because Advanced Steel, the format of that is DWG again. And we will open it. So at first it will start to turn or convert the actually WC that in Navisworks. The processing could be really faster, and for example, some changings will happen in the main model, and it will be actually into the model into here. We'll go into here, and point render style will be unshaded. Background will be on graduated, and something like this. It will happen. Sometimes it happens that actually you will import a model from these softwares and they will be like boxes, or from PDMS or any other softwares. The geometry is not known into here. And for example, you go into the project, scene statistics, you can understand the statistics of the file that has been imported into here. So if the file is not known completely, again, it is showing to us that the file has got some problems, some elements. For example, in these situations, for now, for me, it doesn't have any kind of problem, and all of them have been known. For example, if you have problem by columns, beams, I don't know, some other items haven't been known here, you will see some statistics in here. So it means that in these situations, you will need to install Object Enabler in Navisworks actually to know, for example, and to open, for example, Navis Stylus, for example, AutoCAD Civil 3D and some softwares like them. If you want to open them in Navisworks, actually all of the elements, if you want that all of them are shown exactly like them, you have to install Object Enabler. You can Google it. Yes, Object Enabler is Googled. For example, Navisworks Object Enabler. Actually, search it. You need it for AutoCAD 3D, Civil 3D. For example, Advanced Steel. For the versions that you want, you have to just define it. What version you want? For example, 2025, 2024, or every version that you're working by. You have to just download it and install it. Or an Object Enabler for example, Civil 3D, yeah. And for sure, the Object Enabler should be downloaded and installed, and it's based on the version that you're working. If the elements are not shown completely to you or your boxes, you need to go to Autodesk and download the Object Enabler based on the version that you have, and just install it on your system. And for example, here we have 2022 Plant 3D. Actually, you will see some things, Civil 3D and higher versions. You have to just use the account that you have in here. You have to download it. You will see the explanations in Autodesk website in here. And after downloading and installing the object enabler for example, the Software's Advanced Steel Plant 3D, Civil 3D, the elements completely like that model will be displayed, and it avoids the bugs and proxies. So it will just, you can just check in statistics in here that what elements are okay, because I have it on my system. I don't have any problem.